All right, let's dive in. Today, we're talking about something that's probably all too real for anyone in the dental world: the daily chaos. We're going to look at a system that claims it can finally put an end to that constant firefighting and get your clinic running smarter, not just harder. So, if you run a dental clinic or even just work in one, I have a question for you. Does this sound, well, a little too familiar? You know the drill. You get hit with high no-show rates, leaving those expensive chairs just sitting empty. Then, out of nowhere, you've got a scheduling bottleneck, and boom, everyone's stuck working overtime. Your EHR, your billing software, your imaging systems, none of them are talking to each other, right? So everything's manual. Meanwhile, insurance claims are getting held up, which just crushes your cash flow. And the result of all this, your staff is completely burnt out. I mean, does that hit close to home or what? Yeah, that whole mess? That's what we're calling the dental clinic juggle. And the real problem isn't just the stress of it all. It's the hidden costs of trying to manage everything manually. It's not just a headache. It's actively costing you money, wasting your time, and let's be honest, it's creating a pretty inconsistent experience for your patients. So here's the thing. These problems, the no-shows, the overtime, the billing delays, they're not just random bits of bad luck. Nope. They're all symptoms of one single root cause. Your systems are completely disconnected. And because of that, your team is forced to make these huge decisions on the fly, basically flying blind without all the info they really need. Okay, so how on earth do you fix that? Well, that brings us to a totally new way of thinking about this. The answer isn't just more data, more charts, more dashboards to stare at. No, the idea is to get actual, clear, automated decisions. It's about moving away from just looking at data and moving toward actually doing something with it. And the tech that powers this whole shift? It's called Autonomous Optimization Models, or AOMs for short. Now, don't let the name scare you. Just think of them as these super smart AI engines that are custom built for your clinic. They dig into all your data, your appointments, your billing, you name it. And they don't just spit out a graph. They tell you exactly what you need to do next. Specific, actionable steps. Here's a great way to think about it. It's like Waze for your dental clinic. Seriously, a regular dashboard is like an old paper map. Sure, it shows you where you are, but that's it. An AOM is like Waze. It sees all the traffic jams, all the roadblocks, and all the shortcuts in real time. It doesn't just show you the map. It finds you the best possible route to get where you want to go. And this really gets to the heart of it. Look at the difference here. Traditional dashboards just show you what happened. They're always looking in the rearview mirror. And you're still left doing all the heavy lifting, trying to figure out why it happened and what to do now. OptiU's AOMs, on the other hand, tell you what to do next. They're forward-looking. They do the analysis for you and give you the automated decision. It's the difference between being a data historian and being a problem solver. All right, this all sounds great in theory, but let's get practical. Where do you even start? Well, the best way is with some quick wins. I'm talking about things that can make a real, measurable difference in under a week. Seriously.
First up, there's a ready-made tool called the Appointment Demand Forecaster. It's super simple. You just give it your past appointment logs and patient history. From that, it predicts how many visits you can expect. And here's the magic part. It calculates the probability that a specific appointment will be a no-show. The impact? Well, you can now be proactive and strategically adjust schedules to make sure those chairs never sit empty.
And the results? They happen fast. We're talking about a 20% drop in that super expensive idle chair time and a 15% jump in your fill rate. Just stop and think about that for a second. That means more patients getting the care they need and more revenue for the clinic, all from just being a little bit smarter with your schedule. Okay, ready for another one? It's the Smart Chair Scheduler. This tool takes in all the variables: who's working, which chairs are open, how long different procedures take, and it builds the absolute most efficient schedule for the day. And what's really cool is that it's not static. If a patient cancels or is running late, it sends you a live alert and helps you reshuffle everything on the fly to keep the day running smoothly. And for your patients, the impact is huge. We're talking about a 25% reduction in the average time they spend waiting. Think about that. That is a massive, massive improvement in their experience. And we all know that happier patients are the ones who come back, and they're the ones who tell their friends. And last but definitely not least, let's talk about money. The Billing Velocity Maximizer. This one dives into your past claims, all those complicated payer rules, and it creates a smart, prioritized to-do list for your billing team. It even flags the claims that are most likely to get denied, so your team can focus their attention right where it's needed most and get ahead of problems. So what does that actually mean for your bottom line? It means you get paid faster, like up to 30% faster. By submitting cleaner claims and dealing with potential denials before they happen, you can speed up your whole revenue cycle. An improvement like that isn't just nice to have. It can totally change the financial health of your practice. But look, these quick wins, they're really just the start. They're like the crawl phase. Once you've put out those immediate fires, you can start moving towards a fully optimized clinic. And that's where you unlock the real potential of your practice. So what does that look like? It means using tailored suites of these AOMs that work together. You can have one dedicated to clinical operations, making sure every chair, every provider, every minute is used to its maximum capacity. You can have another one focused on provider and procedure performance to really connect productivity to your financial results, and even one for the whole revenue and supply chain to predict your cash flow and make sure you never run out of critical supplies. And when you get this whole engine running, the results are, well, they're pretty staggering. We're talking a 25% increase in patient throughput, wait times down by 30%, provider productivity up 15%, and a 10% jump in revenue for every single hour your clinic is open. That is what a truly optimized clinic can achieve.
Okay, so you see the potential here. The obvious next question is, how do I get started? Is this some huge, complicated project? And the answer is no. The whole path is designed to be super simple and totally scalable.
Remember those quick win tools we talked about? You can get started with those on a simple monthly subscription. And look at this, it starts at just $100 a month. This makes it an absolute no-brainer to try it out. You can see the value for yourself with basically zero risk before you even think about a bigger commitment. And maybe the most important part is the speed. You're not waiting around for 6 months to see if this stuff works. Those ready-made tools, they can be up and running, delivering actual value in just 3 to 5 days. And a full custom-tailored solution, we're talking 4 to 6 weeks. The time to impact is just incredibly fast. So let's just pull this all together. Why OptiU? Because it's built from the ground up specifically for healthcare. It's a scalable SaaS model, so it grows with you. It plugs right into the EHR and billing systems you're already using. The AI isn't some black box. It's explainable, it's compliant, and it is 100% focused on one thing, getting you a measurable ROI starting from week 1. So I'll leave you with this one last question to think about. Right now, what is the single biggest, most frustrating bottleneck in your clinic? You know the one I mean, the one that just sucks the energy out of your team and bleeds revenue every single day. Now, what if you could have a clear, step-by-step plan to fix it by this time next week?